off the bench. One thing else I appreciate was yesterday. It's crazy how kind of the world works, right? And something we left out of headlines that we didn't mention was LSU basketball got some really good news yesterday as Brian Penn Johnson, the big 7-footer, is immediately eligible. His waiver was agreed upon by the NCAA, and so the big defensive stopper that LSU was looking for in the back end of that defense, that Will Wade was. Anytime he stopped by media, anytime he was talking about his 2020 roster, that was the key ingredient, the missing piece. And Brian Penn Johnson is a transfer from Washington. He's got a 7'4" wingspan. 7'1". He's continuing to grow. I mean, Wade said from the time that he saw him a couple of years back in recruiting to where he is now, he's grown a couple of inches. He's matured. To get him immediately eligible for LSU is big news for the basketball team. I'd expect the same type of news to come in the form of Sharif O'Neal here pretty soon. O'Neal is in town, made his way to campus a couple of weeks back, and I still think that they're waiting on the word from the NCAA. And as confident as they felt about Johnson, I think they feel the same type of confidence when you're talking about Sharif O'Neal and him getting eligible as well. So that'll be two key figures for the basketball team that will see themselves, hopefully, if O'Neal is eligible. To get Brian Penn Johnson eligible yesterday was some pretty big news. My afternoon was spent on the phone with Dale Brown, and it was pretty incredible because it was good. And there has been a little bit, I mean, obviously there has been a disconnect between Coach Brown and I since I made my comments on the air to where those, where some of the information was circulating and starting from with the Dick Vitale stuff. And I can tell you, the listener, when I told him, I don't want to do rumor radio. I really don't want to crank up these microphones for 2 hours every day and talk about what people are saying or might be saying or what we heard or rumors. So from that standpoint, I apologized to Coach Brown for doing that because from this seat and him being, the target of those words, saying that we heard rumors about what was being said. I apologized for being unprofessional in that sense, and he was very kind in his remarks. And since then, we have continued to talk. And he talked about how much he loved LSU, and that was something that at the time that I made my comments that could have been taken that he's fallen out of love with LSU or he's got some type of spiteful feelings towards LSU, and it was clear in our conversations that he does not. So I just wanted to bring that to the public, and I told him I would recap our conversation because, he is a very kind and gentle soul. I mean, you could hear that coming out of him, and it obviously hurt his feelings with what was said and the rumors. And I told him that that was stuff that I did hear. I mean, I wasn't lying about that I had heard that. But like I said, I don't want to do rumor radio. I mean, when we have facts and we have things that we can report on, we usually try to do it. And the way that we try to be different here on Off the Bench is that we don't usually go to the people that are writing about the news. We usually try to get the news makers, right? So if anybody is in the news, rather than having people that cover them, we usually like to talk to the people that are at the centerpiece of it. And he has an open invite to this radio show. He knows that. He recognized that. I just don't think that he wants to open up those can of worms or to get into any type of conversation. Not that it would even go there, because our phone chat yesterday ended on very good terms. After about 25 minutes of conversation back and forth. So I just wanted to bring that to the listener that Dale Brown and I had spoke yesterday. I apologize for saying that those were rumors. I should have called him first before I made those comments on the air, just to see, Coach, people are saying this. Is this true? And giving him the opportunity to come on. So I appreciate the opportunity to talk to him